Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to my weekly show. How's it going, guys? Getting organized here. Give me just 1 second. Thanks as always for joining me live. When you're settled in, let me know who's joining me today. Give me just 1 second. Okay, hold on 1 sec. Okay. Who's here, guys? Say hi. Hi. Oh, Jenny. Hi. It's so nice to see you. Hi, Nicola. Nicola in Dubai. My friend Gigi's in Dubai right now. Jenny, I saw that you were asking, you know what? You were asking for a link to this, and you found me. So awesome. Okay. I appreciate that you commented on my ad. I saw you, and now you're here, and I really appreciate it. Okay, good. Yes, awesome. Thank you again for finding me. Hi, Serena. I know you saw I left you some VMs on Instagram. So, yes. Okay, good. Messages. I know I left quite a few for you. Well, welcome to the weekly show. I'm so happy you are here. Today's topic is going to be about ghosting. And how appropriate of a topic is that, given that it is almost Halloween? Ghosting. We hate it when we get ghosted. You don't want to get ghosted by a friend. You don't want to get ghosted by someone you're dating. But why does it hurt so much when you get ghosted by the media? When you have pitched and gotten somebody interested and they're right there ready to talk about your client, and then they're ghosting you. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and really walk through, first of all, that it happens to the best of us. Yeah, media and business. I mean, yes, it's but I wanted to show you guys this little magic bottle that I have discovered, Magic Mind. It's so good. I've been trying this for a few days now. It's my 4th day in a row. And it tastes so good. But this is Magic Mind. And you know that I don't gatekeep. If I find something cool, if it's going to help you with your productivity, your focus, give you energy, like I have to share that. And so Magic Mind reached out to me and offered to let me try this. And if I loved it, that I got to share it with our community. And I happen to love it. And it's funny because I was trying it 3 days in a row, which is what they kind of recommended to me. And then because I only have 2 bottles left and I know I wanted to talk about it, I didn't take it yesterday. And all day I was telling my husband, I am so tired. I'm so tired. All of the texts to him all day. How are you, Jen? I'm like, I am so tired. And I think it's because I did not drink Magic Mind yesterday. So it's really, really delicious. For me, it's that combination of something that's effective. It delivers on its promise. And it tastes really good. It boosts your energy. It has matcha. It has adaptogens that will help you feel less stress, which honestly, I think right now we can all benefit from. It has nootropics that also help keep you focused, which is something that I kind of struggle with certain times of the day, like maybe when coffee wears off. And candidly, I'm drinking my latte. I still drink my coffee. But this just kind of enhances and prolongs that feeling of focus and clarity and like a bit of a mood boost. So, and it also helps with immunity, which is really helpful right now because all of my kids' friends are sick. There's a lot of COVID going around. It has vitamin C, D, and echinacea. So, and it's so cute. The bottle is so cute. Magic Mind. I do not feel jittery at all. And there's just like a lot of different things that we're doing throughout the day. For me, focusing on both sides of my business and having to kind of context shift, which I know we talk about productivity a lot. I do not love context shifting because I feel like there's a lot of lost focus and time as you go from one thing to the next to kind of get your head back in the right space. So this has kind of helped me really stay on task with one thing. And then if I have to move on to something else, I feel like I'm shifting and the energy is there, the focus, that creativity that we kind of need to check things off of our to-do list, especially as we're creating content. And for me also as a parent, my kids right now, you guys, they're kind of exhausting. I'm not going to lie. They're exhausting. And it's so draining at the end of the day. So they'll come home and I'm helping them with homework. And it's no joke. Now they're in middle school and they'll say, I need help with homework. And I'm like, I've already gone through 6th grade. I already graduated. So I don't need to do your homework. And they're like, haha, mommy's so funny. And it takes a lot of focus, the stuff that I'm helping them with. Particularly with my son in 6th grade, he's doing a lot of reading comprehension. And we're having to find context in the book, and then we're having to find certain things in the book and then put it in context. And it's the first time he's ever had to do that. And so not only am I helping him do the work, but I'm teaching him that idea of how to have good reading comprehension and how to make an argument using the text without just copying and pasting, because that's what a lot of kids want to do. And I find myself in that mode of teaching. And this is now, we're talking like 6:30 at night when they get home. And I've had a full day running both my businesses. And I have found in the 3 days in a row that I took this, I still had the bandwidth to help my boys with homework. So can't gatekeep. And just Magic Mind, I'm so happy that you introduced me to this so that I could share it with my community. It is on Amazon. And also, they've been awesome to offer our community a code. If you go to magicmind.com/pitchingph for Pitching Powerhouse, you use my code pitchingph20, and you can get up to 56% off a subscription for the next 10 days with that code. I'm probably going to share it again midway through the show, but I also happen to really like how it tastes. It's got like a almost like pineapple-y and a little spicy, which I love. It's super, super good. And I'm gonna just keep sipping it because I really love it. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And again, magicmind.com/pitchingph, and just check it out. And the cool thing about it too is they will offer a full refund, 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. So there's no risk, and they will issue a refund to you within 3 to 4 hours, right? So I like that because if you don't have the benefits that I've been having, there's no risk. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Magic Mind, anything to boost productivity, you know that I'm all over it. Okay, thanks for letting me share that. And now we're going to talk about getting ghosted by the media. It stinks, right? We are going to talk about 4 killer strategies. There might be a little bit of a Halloween theme going on here. 4 killer strategies for dealing with silent media contacts, how you can refine your pitches to make them irresistible, and when to follow up with and when to move on from that contact. Sometimes you just gotta wash your hands of it and move on. So we are also doing a free press plan workshop. And let me grab this link for you. Wait a second. Where is my link? Hold on one second. It is not here. So we are doing a free. Oh, here it is. Okay. Press plan workshop, November 14th. I'm going to pop the link in here and save your seat. It's totally free. Have more Magic Mind. And we are going to cover how to make a really great, compelling press plan that's current, and the tactics that are working now, the things that you have to guide your clients through the current media landscape. So it's a great opportunity to do that. Propose it to your clients towards the end of the year so that you can kind of set yourself up for success in 2024, but also just get in there and show them that you are looking proactively towards, ongoing press activities that are going to help you be successful in 2024. Hold on just one second. Okay. So, hold on. Okay, there we go. Trying to manage a bunch of things. I've got kids in different directions, socials, no school tomorrow for one, school tomorrow from another. I'm going to Vegas for 24 hours to go to the Sphere and see you two. So excited. So trying to navigate the dog, the kids, going in different directions. One has a social, one has 10. It's like chaos. That's also why I love Magic Mind, because it helps me remember all the things, all the balls in the air that we have to handle when we, need to make these arrangements. So, okay, you got ghosted. It may be spooky season, but there's nothing spookier than a journalist ghosting you in the middle of the pitching process. We all know that feeling. You and the media contact that you've been developing, you've gotten into a groove regarding your latest pitch. You're emailing kind of every other day, facilitating Q&A with a client or sample send, and then they go radio silent. And a few days go by, no new emails. Maybe you followed up and you're like, hi, just checking in. You should have heard from them by now, right? But we tend to panic because we're like, oh my God, I told the client I wanted this to happen. Don't give in to that instinct to panic. Getting ghosted by a media contact, it is scary, but it's a situation every single PR pro has to navigate. Every single one of us. Even those of us who've been doing this almost 2 decades. It happens to everyone. So here are my best strategies for dealing with getting ghosted by your media contacts, no matter where you are in the pitching process. And the first thing you need to keep in mind is do not take ghosting personally. It might feel like a flat out rejection, particularly in dating, right? It's that kind of, in dating, it's that feeling of oh, it's not you, it's me. But it's not like that in PR. You have to think of it from a journalist perspective, that they have a lot on their plate. Your pitch may not be top of mind for them. Obviously, media contacts, they have their own personal lives, and something outside of the office may prevent them from checking their emails for a few days. I do hope you're using a tracker so that you can see when it was looked at, how many times, when the last time they looked at it was. And it helps to know that they've actually seen your last email and it hasn't gone to spam or something like that. But we know that there's so much going on in the world and a particularly crazy busy news cycle. The priorities may have shifted since the last time that they reached out regarding your pitch. Journalism is extremely hectic these days, and deadlines are shifting all the time. So they may have taken the story that they're interested in and they know their readers will love, but they've set it on the back burner for a while as they take care of something that's maybe breaking news or a more timely, pressing story. So give your media contact time to respond on their own terms. If a ton of urgent work gets dumped on their desk, or they have a family emergency, there's people that have family all over the world that have serious situations that they're dealing with and they're concerned, it will end up delaying all of their work, and they don't have the time or even the requirement to let all of their contacts know that their stories are bumped or pushed or whatever. So don't take this as a personal rejection. Give your contact the time and space they need, And hopefully, in most cases, when the story is interesting and they're open, they're wanting to feature it, they will get back to you eventually. I always get sad when it's gone, but it's like all you need. Anyway, I'll tell you more about Magic Mind in a minute. So you can also check their social media pages for updates just to kind of see if they're focused on something else, if they're sharing something that gives some insight into what is happening in their world. Maybe they let their community online know that they're taking time away from the office and share that on social. A lot of our journalist friends have Substack. So make sure that if that particular contact, that journalist or freelancer has Substack, that you're subscribed so that you can see their personal updates there too. That may be the only place that they're kind of sharing a little insight into their personal world and why your pitch may be delayed at the moment or your follow-up. The second thing is you want to kind of like spread out or space out your follow-up. So if your media contact suddenly goes silent and you're in these final stages of the pitching process, hit pause on the panic button. Your instinct may be to reach out ASAP and like keep following up, like, hey, just checking in. But take a second to breathe. And the reminder here is we cannot take ghosting personally. There are tons of things that could be taking your media contacts' attention away right now. So give them space and instead focus that energy, that genuine commitment to ensuring that your story is aligned with their publication. You know it's a good fit. That feeling of like, this is awesome. You know, I really, like, you were interested, like, where'd you go? Use that energy and that time instead of following up consistently, like over and over. Use that to maybe rework your follow-up strategy just a bit. So give your media contact a few days of silence before you reach out again. And you know, when we work with our clients to come up with ideas or help with a launch, there's always some lead time that we build in because we want to have stories and features come out aligned with the timing of a launch or something that's, you know, timely and relevant with like the seasons or the news cycle. So there should be some runway, some lead time that's already built up in there. This is one of those reasons we do that. So when you do reach out again, include a personal check-in to make sure that they're doing okay. Especially now, our journalist friends have let us know that they are affected by the news cycle just as much as all of us are. They're feeling it. A lot of times they're feeling it even more because they're covering things urgently and getting access. You know, they don't get to really filter all of the things that they're seeing and reporting on. They have to really be exposed to all of it. And it might be heavy. It might take a toll. So you want to reach out, acknowledge maybe that this time off is intentional if they've let you know on Substack, or that there are a lot of things going on in the world that they might be affected by. So you want to acknowledge that. And I scrolled and then I forgot where I was. Give me just 1 second. You know, acknowledge, like, how are you? And kind of check in, make sure they're doing okay. And if there's a time limit surrounding your pitch, like maybe there is this on the calendar, the date's coming, there's a launch or an event or something, then reiterate that in your follow-up. And then you want to sit back for a few days before you go through the follow-up process again and check your lead time to see how much time you actually have for the follow-up. And if there's still no response, your media contact hasn't given any updates on social, you're getting down to the wire on your pitch, and it's kind of like now or never, then it is time to move on then, because you don't want to, like, you know, put all your eggs in one basket and wait for this contact to get back to you, and then you just don't hear anything. So at that time, when you're coming up on those deadlines for launches and you're hearing nothing, then it's time to move on. So the third tip I have is to read through that pitch again. If you find yourself getting ghosted right at the start of the pitching process, it may be that pitch itself and not the media contact. So keep in mind, this is always the fundamentals. It's not going to change, shifting media landscape, all the things, the fundamentals still apply. Your contacts want to read relevant, timely, targeted pitches, truly newsworthy in your niche. And if you are sending those generic spray and pray emails, pitches that are vague, generic press releases or media alerts, you are not going to get the results you're hoping for. You are not getting ghosted. You are just not putting out a good pitch that is hitting all of those checkpoints. That is what media contacts are looking for. So every pitch you send out, it should be targeted, which means personalized. Tailor your pitch to the journalist and their publication, the beat, the audience. You should also make sure your pitch is truly fresh and not something they've covered before. If it is something they've covered before, your take on it is new. It's different. It's a new spin. It's new data that would impact the way they covered it the first time. It's a new player in the industry that's doing something different. It's not a total retread. Just because they've done it before does not mean they're going to write about something exactly the same again. This is something you have to let your clients know, because a lot of times they'll say, wait a minute, I was reading New York Times and they talked about this company, and so they should want to talk about us. Well, if that company is doing what you're doing and there's not a lot of difference, why would they also talk about your client if there's nothing totally different, new, like truly, genuinely distinct? So keep all of that in mind. If your clients are like, what about us? You need to inform them the way the media works. And then you come up with some ideas. Okay, like, we know they're interested in this topic. How can we put a spin on it that is different? Make sure your pitch is truly fresh, not a retread. So take some time to really work on that pitch. And, if you're not getting traction, that's all the proof you need that the strategy, the angle, whatever, it's not working. So we always talk about just focusing on the basics. Make sure you have the basics down. This is something we cover extensively in the Pitch Lab, in not only our monthly execution plans with timely, relevant, targeted pitch ideas and recommendations on timing and what the media is working on in that month for both long lead and short lead, but also in our comprehensive roadmap where we teach you the fundamentals as a PR pro, not as like a person on the street pitching their own services or whatever to the media. Yes, it works for them, but this is truly mastery in the Pitch Lab, where we're giving you that roadmap so that you can learn, brush up on your pitching skills, learn the fundamentals, get down all of those basic core requirements of a good pitch. And also, if you're unsure how to use, maybe switch up your tactics, there are so many, mosquitoes, and my windows are open. They're painting my house, and all the bugs are flying in. They've taken all the windows off. So, anyway, inside the Pitch Lab, we have media pitch templates. We actually have a free one we just put out. I'm going to link to it here. But this is something that might get the juices flowing again, something that will give your idea a boost, really focusing on those building blocks for a successful pitch and this kind of proven approach for sending winning pitches. Thank you for signing up already, Nicola. You might also be reaching out to the wrong contacts. You have to double check that. The media landscape is changing, shifting. We have a lot of contacts that are moving around. Maybe they're switching up their roles. They're taking on more. One of their colleagues might have moved on. Maybe they've gone freelance. So maybe the contact that you're reaching out to switched beats, or they're working at a new publication. Maybe there's a round of layoffs and they have gone freelance. You need to double check your media contacts. Look at their social, check their LinkedIn, and check the publications page to confirm their role, because they move around all the time. We have found that they are updating LinkedIn pretty quickly after a change. So go double, triple check if you're getting ghosted. Just check to see if that contact is still at the publication you're pitching. Maybe their email is turned off and it's not getting a forward or whatever. So if you find a contact that is better suited to your pitch, reach out to them instead and see if you're truly sure that the idea you're submitting is timely, relevant, the pitch is targeted and tailored to that publication, and you're like, this is really good content that they should be interested in, double check that you are pitching the right contact. And again, I'm so happy that I discovered Magic Mind, you guys. I finished my little bottle here, but I had been using this for 3 days, and I felt really energized and focused, even as the day went on, and I was helping my kids with homework at 6:30, where I'm usually brain fried, right? They're asking me to help with reading and comprehension on a story I've never read. So I'm reading each chapter as if it's, my own assignment, just so I can understand and help them. And Magic Mind has really helped me stay focused and have a more sustained level of energy and clarity, and gives me a greater sense of productivity because I'm able to sustain the energy that I might have early in the morning when I drink my coffee, but then I tend to crash after lunch. So I love it. It is really good. It tastes really good. So it has like a kind of a subtly sweet taste. To me, it tastes like a little pineapple juice matcha with like a tiny bit of spice to it, but it has really good stuff in here. It has matcha to boost your energy. Magic Mind also has adaptogens, nootropics that will help keep you focused. A lot of talk these days around nootropics and, magic mushrooms, which are not, the nootropics that are the mushrooms like cordyceps and ashwagandha, like particularly that helps with stress and anxiety. And I have been really interested in lion's mane and cordyceps. So lion's mane is called that because it looks kind of fluffy like a lion, but it is an adaptogen that will reduce anxiety and inflammation, and it supports cognition, and it also prevents you from kind of crashing a bit, right? And then this is with cordyceps, it's another adaptogen that will help reduce inflammation. It'll strengthen your immune system, and that helps support higher levels of energy. So that feeling of sustained energy, it's not racy energy, it's just alert, focused. This has really helped with my productivity. I love how it tastes, and I'm really excited that they are interested in having me share Magic Mind with my community so that I can, just let you know how it has benefited me. And like I said, I don't gatekeep if something's helping me, giving me an edge in some way. If you're like me, you're really tired at the end of the day, and yet you're still having to show up and perform when it comes to either an event, like a networking event at the end of the day, or for me, being a busy mom, running my 2 businesses. And then at the end of the day, my kids come home and they need real help with their homework. Middle school is no joke. This has really helped me. And I took it 3 days in a row, and then I skipped yesterday because I wanted to save my 2 bottles for today and tomorrow. I could tell a difference yesterday. I was texting my husband all day. I am so tired. I'm so tired. He was like, why? And I really couldn't figure it out until I pulled the bottle out today. And I was like, that was the day that I didn't take Magic Mind. I didn't drink Magic Mind. So it tastes really good. And what I love also about this company is they reached out to me and wanted me to experience this so that I really, truly had a firsthand take on how it helps me, so that if it worked for me, I could share it with you. And if it didn't, they were like, at least you got to try it. It helped expand my attention span. It gave me energy sustained throughout the day. And they said, if you like it, share it. And they gave me a promo code. So it's again called Magic Mind. Of course, like who doesn't, I mean, even the sound of it, I was like, I got to try something called Magic Mind. That sounds awesome. So if you're interested in trying it yourself, you can visit magicmind.com/pitchingph. And we are also sharing a promo code where you can get up to 56% off your subscription for the next 10 days with that code I just shared, pitchingph20. And it's valid forever as 20% off for both a one-time purchase and subscription. So check it out and let me know what you think, because I really felt a noticeable difference in my sustained energy level. And yeah, it just was really nice to drink as well. So lots of good stuff in there. Just felt like almost a wellness shot as you're drinking it. It just felt like doing something good for myself. So check out Magic Mind. It's really, really good. And let me know what you think. Try my code out. And for me, also, it helped with my creativity. I'd been sitting on a lot of projects that took intense focus and creative thinking. And I finally, you should see my to-do list. I finally, started crossing things off that had been sitting there because I haven't had the mental bandwidth to really focus on them until this week when I started, 3 days in a row, which is what they recommended to me. So check out Magic Mind. I shared my promo code, pitchingph20. Get a discount. Let me know what you think of it. Okay, and now I have for you the final of the... Okay, this is a B. Go away. Okay. Now I have for you the final kind of approach if you're getting ghosted. This is where we say, okay, it's not working with this contact. This is not a bee, it's a wasp. Okay, scary. You want to maybe go back and refine your pitch angle. So you could be sending out a perfectly formatted pitch that's got all the personal details your contact would want, but it's just not newsworthy enough for them to write about. It might be time to go back to the drawing board and get your team together, get our pitching community together, and oh my God. Okay. Maybe it's the Magic Mind because it's so sweet. I think it's here. I'm going to take the bottle and put it here. Go there. There is a legit wasp that is very interested in my situation right here. Okay. Get your team together, get our community together, and go back to the drawing board. Do a brainstorming session. This is one of the huge values of a community like ours is really putting some, getting a fresh perspective on something because you're so close to it. You might not have that distant, that perspective, that distance or something not personal allows you to have. So somebody can come in and have just a completely fresh perspective on something when you take a step back and they can come and look at it, or you're looking at it with fresh eyes and you ask yourself a few questions like, what is even newsworthy about this event or this product or the idea that I'm sharing with them? And what makes it unique or innovative? And be careful of these buzzwords, but it's kind of a litmus test for you. Is this actually totally different than something else that's out there? Does it employ some new technology, a new approach? What is different and unique about this? Does my current pitch truly communicate how important this product or event is? Is that newsworthiness adequately conveyed? And also ask yourself, has this already been covered by the media for similar products? And if the answer is yes, are you really doing enough to help make your client stand out from the crowd? Is that distinction, that difference, that newsworthiness adequately conveyed? You're the one writing the pitch. You need to make sure that you're communicating exactly what you want and need to communicate to get your media contacts on board. I just reviewed a pitch from a team member for a client launching brand new products. It's a series of products that we have been talking to them about for almost a year. And to us, having these conversations over and over with them, it's really clear what these products do. But when I reviewed the pitch, there was a lot of talk about the technology and the way that it's new and nothing like this has been done before. But I looked at it from a perspective of someone who knew nothing about this. And it was like, well, what does this technology even do? Why is it important that there are, micro, like currents or light waves in this range, like a spectrum? Like, what does that even do? Why do I care? Right? And that wasn't conveyed in the pitch. It was very simple. Like, these 3 little mini devices were launching all at once. They hit targeted areas to help fight signs of aging, like sagging skin, wrinkles. It'll help with acne blemishes. They're like little targeted LED patches. So reading it, the technology was obvious to me. The fact that you could stick them on your skin, you only needed to use it for 10 minutes, that was obvious to me. But what did it do? Why was this important? Why was 10 minutes alone relevant? Like, who cares? Like 10, 20 an hour, like what is it even doing for me? And it was just a simple little sentence to clarify that these help targeted problems. The reason you would pick an acne patch versus an entire acne mask is because you have occasional breakouts. You don't have consistent acne. So that is the use case for this targeted patch. And that wasn't clear. So sometimes you're so close to it. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if that resonates. You're so close to it that you don't have that perspective that somebody just learning about this for the first time is going to say, oh, I get it. Yeah, I see that. Sometimes we're just too close to it. Look at those thumbs up. Yeah, I get it, And so sometimes you have to look at something and say, if I knew nothing about this, is it obvious what I'm trying to convey? So, have to communicate that. Tweak that existing pitch as much as you need to make it more interesting, more clear, more newsworthy to your media contacts. They want to provide readers with valuable stories, and you need to just make sure that you're giving them that foundation. Yeah, and like Nicola is saying, maybe you're too swamped in the technology, in that nitty gritty, and then you lose the overall story or the perspective. Because when things have new technology and there's something the client's really proud of because it's never been done, it's never been that precise, it's never been as targeted or as effective, you're getting into the why. This is amazing because look at all the tech we've packed into this. And it's like, but why does that even matter? It particularly happens a lot in technical stories because you're trying to simplify those technical aspects so much that you tend to forget that simple, what even am I expecting here? What's the transformation? Like, why does it matter that this technology is different? See what I'm saying? See what Nicola is saying? So, you have to make sure that the edited pitch is still communicating your client's message and that all of the claims you're making can be proven, particularly if something is, you're making claims about transformations in skin or, things like that. There has to be certain language you can use. With my client, they happen to be FDA cleared to talk about reduction in fine lines and wrinkles and skin elasticity and things like that. They are allowed to make those claims, which is yet another thing that makes them very compelling to the media. But if your client can't stand behind certain claims, you need to make sure that you're talking about it, because if the media starts sharing the verbiage you're using and it's not proven, if it's not FDA cleared or backed up by independent clinical trials or peer-reviewed studies, and you're giving that verbiage to the media, but it's not actually studied and proven, then you're going to be in trouble. You're setting them up to write about something and make claims that you're not authorized, legally or proven by independent research to make. So make sure the message has claims that have been proven, and do not ever exaggerate for the sake of landing a story, because that will backfire on you big time. The final thing here I would say is consider adding a new element to your pitch to get it on your contact's radar. So does your client have an in-house expert? This has been a huge tactic for us that's worked very well. You can call on an in-house expert for the story, turn it into an interview, and then they happen, like you're offering this expert that is valuable to that media contact. So instead of just talking about your client's product or their business and the problems it solves, you have an expert that they can turn to for quotes. They have credentials to be able to contribute something to the story that answers hard questions. Like I've told you guys with my breast pump client, we have lactation consultants and doulas that we're lending out to the media all the time. We're offering them as experts to share insight into all kinds of questions that new moms have about breastfeeding and giving birth and post-birth care. And another client of ours has a baby monitor. We have a sleep consultant that talks about sleep stuff, and they tend to work the client's product into that. So turn your idea into an interview, offer an expert that they can use, that they can quote, they can use them to answer questions that the readers might be wondering, and turn it into an interview. And you can also really zoom into how your client's product solves one specific issue for their customers, or kind of go, you can do like a, micro focus, or do like that 30,000 foot perspective and really highlight the big picture impact that they might be having on their niche. So there's other ways to go about it. Of course, we said like ghosted, and that's this big headline. We're trying to play it into Halloween, but it's really about refining the idea. If it seems to have gone stale, being on top of it. When I first started and I had my very first team member, she would say to me all the time, I'd say, well, what happened with this publication? She'd be like, I don't know. She ghosted. Or what did she say? There was one thing she would say all the time. Vanished. She would say, I don't know. They vanished. And I'm like, are you putting up missing person posters? Like, what do you mean they vanished, right? It's your job to unvanish them. Check social. Where are they? Are they on a trip? Are they still working? Business as usual. Like, we can't go to the client and just say, oh, the editor vanished. She would say all the time, they vanished. And it's like, unvanish them, figure out what it's going to take to, you had a responsive contact, get them back on the hook, rework the pitch, make it interesting to them again, go to somebody else at their publication, just find the ways to either make it really interesting from a singular problem your client's product or service solves, or their experience that they're sharing will solve a problem for the readers or inspire them or whatever on a very small level, or go zoom out and highlight that big picture impact that they are having on their niche. So 4 steps to help you overcome getting ghosted. 1, don't take it personally. It's not like dating. Journalists are busy. Have some, empathy for them. 2, spread out that follow-up so you're not like, hey, hi, remember me? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Like, you want to spread out the follow-up so that you're reworking a strategy, using that time to kind of figure out how to make it relevant to them again. Revisit the pitch, look at it with fresh eyes, make sure it truly communicates something that is of value and newsworthy. And if it doesn't, get some fresh eyes on it. And number 4, refine that pitch angle and make sure that these are the questions that I would love for you to ask yourself when you take a step back. I'm going to post them in the comments here. What's newsworthy about the product or the event, what is unique or innovative? Does that pitch truly communicate how important the product and event is? Has the angle already been covered? And if it has, how is yours distinct and different? How can you then make your client stand out from the crowd? And those are the questions you can ask yourself. So if you are ready to make your pitches irresistible to journalists, I have a free media pitch template that is a very kind of simple but proven formula for writing winning pitches, and it can be adapted to any niche. So you can grab that right there. And we are also going to be hosting a free live workshop. Save your seat for November 14th. You can register for it right now and calendar it. We are going to be talking about creating a proven, compelling press plan for your clients, getting them on the same page as you for how you're going to work all of their promotions, all of their launches, seasonal ideas through through 2024. And I love that approach now because it gets you in their business. It gets you showing them proactively. You are thinking about how you are going to consistently generate media interest in your client's company moving forward. And you can look at it from a, kind of bigger perspective. And if there's launches, you have a runway to plan for them. And if there aren't, then you have other ideas that are going to be giving you consistent ways to pitch the media. So if you see me looking around, the painters are like crawling, walking on the roof, they're on the balcony, they're like all over, which is very exciting. So, and Nicola's saying excited about that workshop, and so am I. We're trying also, you guys, I know I talk a lot, I know. We're trying to condense it down and make it as succinct and jam-packed as possible. So please sign up there. Join us for the 14th. You also have a free pitch template that we're sharing with you. And now that the WASP is gone, check out Magic Mind and let me know what you think. I shared my promo code with you guys. I think it's so tasty, and I did notice mental energy, focus. It's kind of like a drink for your mind and your health. It just I feel kind of like I've been a little, the media has kept me like, and this is something that has helped me to keep me focused. And the adaptogens particularly, it's not my first time knowing about adaptogens, but they're included in Magic Mind, and it will really help you feel less stressed. It kind of lowers that cortisol level where you have that fight or flight feeling all the time. And then matcha will help boost your energy, and the nootropics, which is all the rage right now because they're natural and they really do work. You've got ashwagandha, lion's mane, cordyceps, and then there's one that I have never heard, Bacopa Monnieri. That's a new one for me. That one is helps you kind of improve your attention span, but also your ability to process information and learn new information and help with impulsivity. So if you're finding yourself online shopping for some reason and you're a big impulse shopper, it's something that can help you really think through things, learn things, maybe take a step back and look at it from a different perspective rather than that immediate kind of dopamine hit. I've been internet shopping a lot less in the last week since I've been drinking Magic Mind, just because I'm focused on other things and I don't feel like I have to get a little, dopamine hit from add to cart, that whole thing, right? So let me know if you have any questions about that. Again, I gave you guys a promo code for 20% off. And if you do the subscribe, you can get 56% off for the next 10 days with my code. So let me know if you guys have any other questions about the workshop, the pitch template, Magic Mind, my little yummy drink, and getting ghosted. 'Tis the season. Let me know. I'll stick around for one more minute. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. What do we got? I think we're set. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next week. I do my weekly Facebook Live show. You'll see me again next week. Appreciate you being here. And have a good, I guess, Halloween before I see you. Have a great one. Let me know in the comments, what are you dressing up as, or what are your kids dressing up as? My kids are at the age where they're like, we don't care. We just want candy, and we want to like be with our friends, and they want to roam around in a pack and be like big boys, and act like Halloween is like, they're too cool for Halloween, that Halloween isn't cool anymore, even though they're so excited about it. Jenny, thank you for finding us. Thank you for commenting on my ad. I'm so glad that you found the workshop. Sorry, my eye is itching. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Be well. Take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you real soon. Take care. Try Magic Mind. Let me know if you like it. Ciao.